This episode of Internet Today is brought to you by honey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Or not, who cares? Definitely not any of his supporters who, upon finding out the information regarding President Donald Trump's tax returns, likely reacted with thoughts and furious postings like, taxation is actually theft, so good for him.
That means he's smart.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't pay his taxes because he's smart, or simply fake news, which is something the president himself actually tweeted hours after the bombshell report from the New York Times titled, "The President's Taxes, Long Concealed Records Show Trump's Chronic Losses and Years of Tax Avoidance," was published.
But before we get into the reporting and the discourse that's followed the release of Trump's financial documents, we should probably start by reiterating that this is still one of the weakest arguments against a terrible person going into this election. It seems like a massive deal, because it is.
Yeah.
But in the minds of Trump voters, this is likely going to be seen as a positive.
Yeah, don't step on Sneck.
Yeah. He really stuck it to the IRS in ways many of us can only dream.
Exactly.
No one likes paying taxes.
And
we'd hope that those elusive swing voters and never Trumpers would be upset by this. But it's probably something that, maybe it'll shift their viewpoints, maybe not. I mean, the truth of the matter is nobody likes paying taxes, even though they are an extremely vital part of any functioning society, despite what libertarians would have you believe.
Yes.
Sorry, libertarians.
Yeah, still everyone wishes they didn't have to pay so much in taxes. And we've already been beaten into submission by the fact that numerous billion-dollar companies that were founded and operate here in the United States effectively pay $0 in taxes anyway.
Well, because they're not making any money.
Yeah, exactly. So pardon all of us out here if we're not just shocked anymore by the fact that rich people aren't paying their fair share. Yes, Trump paying $0 in taxes for the past 10 years or so, and then only paying $750 in taxes while acting as president of the United States. It is appalling. And yes, you should be furious at this fact. And yes, this is a big fucking deal. It's just sad that it almost certainly won't have any effect on his base. Call us doomers all you want, but this is just another blip on the radar for the Trump administration. He doesn't care. The only thing he cares about within this story is the fact that people are making fun of him for looking poor.
Yeah.
Really, it is. Now, what could be a hell of a lot more vital to people's opinions, and certainly ours, is the debt that he's currently in, and who he owes money to, and when that money is due.
Yeah, that's the real story. I mean, like, oh, he didn't pay his taxes. Wow, that's fucked up. Oh my God, he's poor. That's hilarious. But that's the real juice, is the fact that he owes a lot of money.
To
a lot of money, yeah.
And the funny thing is I've already seen it. I don't know if it's trolling or not, because I know that there's definitely people out there that think this way is, well, I'm going to stand in solidarity with Trump and not pay my taxes next year. And to that I say, good for you. You should definitely try that and see how it works out for a normal person and not a quote-unquote billionaire.
The IRS specifically goes after, like, poor people more than rich people.
Why is that? It's so strange.
Anyway. For that info and some context related to what we've already teed up for you, here's some info from that New York Times report, which has spawned the countless number of articles, posts, tweets, and random yelling on the streets over the past 24 to 48 hours. The Times obtained Donald Trump's tax information extending over more than 2 decades, revealing struggling properties, vast write-offs, an audit battle, and hundreds of millions in debt coming due. Donald J. Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes the year he won the presidency. In his first year in the White House, he paid another $750. He had paid no income taxes at all in 10 of the previous 15 years, largely because he reported losing much more money than he made.
Yeah, the entire article with further details about everything we're talking about can be found in the links below, as always. But if you're the type of person who is already going to, write that this, or anything that paints Trump in a negative light is just fake news.
Fake news.
Then you can, all right, yeah, we're way past the initial 60 seconds of this video. You can just go fuck yourself, you impossible twat.
Suck my dick, eat my ass.
Here are some of the most important takeaways from Trump's financial records and the New York Times reporting.
So Mr. Trump, he paid no federal income taxes in 11 of 18 years that the Times examined. In 2017, after he became president, his tax bill was only $750, like we just said.
He has reduced his tax bill with questionable measures, including a $72.9 million tax refund that is the subject of an audit by the Internal Revenue Service.
So he wasn't lying about the audit, I guess.
Yes, I might have done a couple crimes. That's why I'm being audited.
That's the best trick in the book. You can't show anyone your taxes if you commit tax fraud constantly, because they're going to be auditing you.
Yeah, it's almost as big-brained as anything Jacob Wall comes up with.
Many of his signature businesses, including his golf courses, report losing large amounts of money, losses that have helped him to lower his taxes.
The financial pressure on him is increasing as hundreds of millions of dollars in loans that he personally guaranteed are soon coming due.
Even while declaring losses, he has managed to enjoy a lavish lifestyle by taking tax deductions on what most people would consider personal expenses, including residences, aircraft, and $70,000 in hairstyling for television.
Ivanka Trump, while working as an employee of the Trump Organization, appears to have received consulting fees that also helped reduce the family's tax bill.
As president, he has received more money from foreign sources and U.S. interest groups than previously known. The records do not reveal any previously unreported connections to Russia.
Hey,
so calm down, Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
We're moving on now.
Actually, this is great for Trump.
Thank you. Completely exonerates the president.
Bye-bye. And look, as we said before, this whole expose, it's nothing new when it comes to wealthy people and gigantic companies. It's actually pretty simple in concept. If you spend the same amount or more on your business that you bring in, you will pretty much pay little to no money in taxes because you don't have any net income.
Yeah, that's why accountants are always yelling at us.
Spend some money.
What are you doing?
No, absolutely not.
No, scary.
This is the case, at least in our limited knowledge on the subject, because you're reinvesting that money into your business by paying employee salaries, their benefits, you're covering operational costs, real estate costs, you're expanding your business, you're developing more of your business, you're innovating in new ways, you're spending money that you bring in back into the business. And there are plenty of ways that companies spend that money that they bring in to just keep that company in business. So that's why you get tax write-offs, tax credits.
And with Trump, it's especially interesting because his finances and the finances of the Trump Organization, there's really no line between the two. Mm-hmm. And by him operating as the Trump Organization, he's basically able to hire his kids. And basically anything he spends is a business expense because the company and him are
the same,
one and the same.
Yeah, there was he was writing off an exorbitant amount of money on just a vacation home as part of the business, because it's like any kind of shady business thing. Not even shady. It's you go out and it's we were in the house and we talked business for 5 minutes. I guess the house is a write-off.
But there's also plenty of people and companies that take advantage of these systems because they can afford to pay tax experts, accountants, and lawyers to find as many loopholes and workarounds as possible in order to pay less than what they owe. It sucks, and a lot of the times, it's perfectly legal. Although, yes, it should infuriate you that while teachers here in the United States can only legally deduct $250 worth out of pocket expenses for their classrooms, while a person like Donald Trump can write off $70,000 worth of haircuts. Yeah, that sucks.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Especially because his hair looks like shit.
Ha! Yeah, right? Yeah. Let's all just laugh at how bad his stupid hairstyle is.
How much did you deduct for his shitty orange tan?
Yeah.
The orange man is bad.
Yes, it's we should all just laugh at his dumb hairstyle instead of dealing with how ridiculously cruel this type of disparity is.
Did you know his family name used to be Drump?
Yeah. Way to go, everyone. We did it. He looks like a real idiot.
Yeah, I'm going to sip my Kofifi.
Yeah.
And feel good about all that activism I just did there.
Dang old Cheeto in the White House.
Yeah, there's a god-dang Cheeto in the White House.
Mm-hmm. Still, look, we're not lawyers or experts, really. We're just kind of pissed off. And of course, we're not entirely sure about the legality of what Trump is doing. It looks like, however, that a lot of what he did could actually be illegal. But it certainly doesn't paint a picture of a man who is supposedly a billionaire.
No, it sounds like a desperate man.
Yeah, it makes him look like someone who's constantly under the weight of increasing debt, who's gotten more and more desperate over the years regarding how he stays afloat. And the scariest part of all of this is that he appears to have hundreds of millions of dollars of debt looming over him right this second. Debt that is owed to whoever gave it to him within the next 4 years. Debt that would need to be paid off during his presidency should he win the election in November. And that's, well, I don't really know how to put this lightly, but it's not great.
Not ideal, no. And we'll get to that, but first, we have to pay off our debts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not. That's not the best natural transition into an ad read, but we do got to keep this show free for you. And while we're at it, maybe we can help save you some money on everything else that you find online with today's sponsor, Honey.
Mm-hmm.
We all shop online, now more than ever, and we've all seen that promo code field taunting us at checkout. What do I put in there? Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one that it finds to your cart.
Honey supports over 30,000 stores online. They range from sites that have tech and gaming products to popular fashion brands and even food delivery. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites and you hit checkout. at the Honey button, it just drops down. All you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons anywhere on the web, and it puts it into that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you watch your prices drop.
Even if it doesn't find something, you get points on your Honey account.
Yeah, you get points to get like gift cards. I finally received my countdown calendar, and it is just such a joy. It gives me something to do once a day. I get to pull one of the blocks out, and I get to know that time is indeed passing in a year that it seems like it's standing still. Also, my wife did some shopping on H&M today, and she saved, I'm not even lying, $4.20. Blaze it. Anyways, Honey has found us and the rest of its over 17 million members over $2 billion in savings. If you don't already have Honey, you're probably just missing out on free savings. So definitely get it. It's literally free and installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Get Honey free at joinhoney.com/itdaily. That is joinhoney.com/itdaily, or link in the description.
All right, now back to why it's a real dill of a pickle to have the President of the United States be indebted to literally anyone, I mean, whether it's a bank or otherwise.
Yeah.
If you owe someone money, especially hundreds of millions of dollars, it stands to reason that you could be compromised. It might influence your behavior.
Yes.
And if you were in a position of power, you might be willing to do things to make good on your debts if you can't pay them off. Things that are more in your own financial interest rather than the interests of the country that you're in charge of.
Yeah, now it's, for a second, just think of the hypothetical situation of owing someone, maybe Deutsche Bank, $400, $300, even $200 million. And how could it possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it might influence your decisions in ways that are beneficial to you and no one else. But yeah, if members of the government and citizens, they literally cannot get security clearance if they have massive debts to their names.
Definitely not even $200 million. Like way less than that.
Like even like a couple, $100,000. You will probably get denied a security clearance because like a foreign spy could be like, hey, I noticed you're flat fucking broke.
Would you like to not be flat fucking broke?
No, it's not that exact scenario would happen. Yeah. Sorry, Rachel Maddow, again. Yeah. But, you see what we're talking about. Yeah. And a lot of normal jobs won't even hire people with bad credit or add normal debt to their names because, again, you might not be as trustworthy with sensitive things or money.
A lot of companies, they do credit checks to make sure that you're not a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yet we have a president who apparently owes hundreds of millions of dollars to lenders, whoever they may be. It's debt that's due within the next 4 years, leaving the lenders in the odd position to have to potentially seize the assets of a sitting president if he wins the election and fails to pay off his debts.
Yeah, so you could see why he really wants to win this election.
Yeah, they're going to come by the White House and just start taking taking stuff.
They're going to take all of Melania's disgusting gray Christmas trees, just rip them straight out of the ground.
Repo man.
Now, of course, Trump has denied being in significant debt and was first quick to call the entirety of the reporting fake news, adding the following just hours after the story first ran. The fake news media, just like election time 2016, is bringing up my taxes and all sorts of other nonsense with illegally obtained information and only bad intent. I paid many millions of dollars in taxes, but was entitled, like everyone else, to depreciation and tax credits. Also, if you look at the extraordinary assets owned by me, which the fake news hasn't, I am extremely underleveraged. I have very little debt compared to the value of assets. Much of this information is already on file, but I have long said that I may release financial statements from the time I announced I was going to run for president, showing all properties, assets, and debts. Well, it is a very impressive statement and only shows that I am the only president on record to give up my yearly $400,000 plus presidential salary. Then why not just release it?
Yeah.
This has been going
4
on
years.
5 years, because people were asking in the lead up to it as well.
Yeah. I love this, like, all these documents, they're illegally obtained. Don't stop looking at them. Also,
but they're also fake.
Fake news. They're not real, but don't look at them. So yeah, it's just fucking hilarious that he keeps pointing out that he's given up his presidential salary because it just acts as another thing for him to write off.
Yeah. Don't you see?
That's why rich people give to charity. It's not because they're generous people.
Some do it for both reasons.
Some do, but in a lot of cases, it's just a way to not have to pay taxes. But also, if you're as successful and rich as you say you are, Mr. President, then why aren't you paying any money in taxes?
Yeah.
If your companies are bringing in such incredible, stupendous profits, why are you able to pay zero or close to zero in taxes every year? Maybe it's because of extremely creative payments to your family written down as consulting fees, despite them clearly just working for the business, like how Ivanka was paid $747,622 from a consulting company that she co-owned that exactly matched the consulting fees claimed as tax deductions by the Trump organization.
Could be that.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
That money was sunk. Just happens to have landed in the bank account of my daughter. So
you can buy a lot of Goya beans with that much money.
Yeah.
Or also, maybe it's the $72.9 million, including interest, that he was able to get back from the Internal Revenue Service after demanding a refund for the years in the mid-2000s that he did pay taxes, only as a result of the success of his reality show, The Apprentice, apparently. That $72.9 million also appears to be the same $72.9 million that, quote, Michael Cohen, Trump's former personal lawyer, was referring to in his 2019 testimony to Congress when he recalled Trump showing him a huge check from the U.S. Treasury and remarked that Trump, quote, could not believe how stupid the government was for giving someone like him that much money back.
Wait, you're telling me I can just call up the IRS and say, hold on.
I think I paid a little too much.
I'm gonna need that money back.
And they did it, those
right away,
stupid morons.
Yeah, these rubes.
But that's the thing is, like, when Trump says that shit to Michael Cohen, he's saying it to impress him. And he would say the same thing to the American public, his fans.
Yeah.
He'd be like, look how stupid the government is.
I got him to give me my money back. And you know what? Someday, you might be able to do the same thing.
Also, like,
look at these fucking idiots think they think I'm gonna make that happen for them.
This was another blip in just the constant news cycle, but isn't he for the rest of the year, like, letting the America's military they're not getting any taxes taken out of their paychecks, so it looks like a huge boost to their pay every week or month or whenever they get paid, but then all of those taxes are due in January. So we're like, ostensibly, if Joe Biden wins and he gets in, then the entire military is gonna be like, wait, hold on.
Yeah. Damn, these new Biden, I don't understand how time works. Damn you, Joe Biden.
These damn Biden tax increases. Yeah. But meanwhile, the last couple months of Trump, I was killing it.
Yeah. But do you want even more evidence how screwed our system is and how it's taken advantage of by the wealthy while everyone else has to prop them up? Donald Trump actually did pay a lot more than $750 in taxes in 2017 while he was president, just not to the United States of America, from the Times article. In 2017, the president's $750 contribution to the operations of the U.S. government was dwarfed by the $15,598 he or his companies paid in Panama, the $145,400 in India, and the $156,824 in the Philippines.
Wow.
At least they're getting paid.
And still not, I guarantee, not enough. And listen, there is so much more to this story. In fact, when Elliot arrived at the studio tonight so we could film this, he's like, hey, did you see the update?
Yeah,
no.
They released another one, and it's very long. There was no time to look through it, but it's, yeah.
I'm sure there's more out there.
More of the same.
Enjoy that. There's links to everything that we've talked about tonight down in the description below, of course. But believe it or not, there was another Trump tale that dropped today. It was obviously dwarfed by the Times tax story, still worth a read, and there's a full episode about the whole thing that was released by Channel 4 over in the UK. Here's the gist of it, including the headline. Revealed, Trump campaign strategy to deter millions of black Americans from voting in 2016. Channel 4 News has exclusively obtained a vast cache of data used by Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign on almost 200 million American voters. 3.5 million black Americans were profiled and categorized as deterrents by the Trump campaign. Voters they wanted to stay home on Election Day.
Ugh. Yeah, so that has pretty much everything to do with the already well-known Cambridge Analytica scandal. But Brad Parscale, this guy, the campaign's 2016 digital director and Trump's former 2020 campaign manager, who was just put on a psychiatric hold for apparently trying to shoot himself, although the more information about that comes out, more it just sounds like he was beating up his wife and almost killed her. But anyway.
Yeah, and
there's a video of him being tackled by the police that is a joy to watch.
Hey, man. Look up!
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, wait, hold on.
Speared.
Police are bad?
Yeah.
Wait.
Why were they so rough with that man?
It's so strange. I've never seen this police brutality before.
Anyway, that guy, who we hope is doing better.
Oh, yeah, we hope he's okay, everyone.
He previously told PBS Frontline, I would say I'm nearly 100% sure we did not run any campaigns that targeted even African Americans. But Channel 4 News uncovered evidence that the campaign did target black voters with negative ads designed to crush Hillary Clinton's turnout. The videos featured Hillary Clinton referring to black youth as super predators, which aired on television 402 times in October 2016 and received millions of views on Facebook. She did say that.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Yeah.
She did say that shit.
Yeah.
In one confidential document seen by Channel 4 News, Cambridge Analytica admitted the Trump campaign did target AA, African Americans, with what it called the Predators video, spending $55,000 in the state of Georgia alone.
Yeah, and like this is previously covered in Cambridge Analytica, but a lot of these videos that were specifically targeted like this, they were like essentially scheduled to be deleted as soon as the funding for the video was up. So you hit that mark of $55,000 spent, and then it's like, boom, evidence deleted.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, she did say that shit, though.
She did say that, yeah.
She was a bad candidate.
Yeah, and Joe Biden said a whole lot of bad things, too.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump is, it is, you have to say the lesser of two evils, and in a lot of cases, it's becoming more and more true. But Donald Trump is a fucking terrible person outside of being a fucking terrible president.
Yeah.
So, you know what, Joe? You got my vote. Putting in zero effort to actually convince me that you're going to do anything worthwhile.
I am going to do the bare minimum to get you elected. I'm going to literally check a box.
Yeah.
And I'll leave the rest of it up to you.
But I'll tell you what I am going to do. Every other local election and local politician, I am going to read harder than I've ever read before.
I'm going to vote for whoever the most, the most radical fucking communist, people running in every race.
Yeah. Who's this Stalin guy?
Yeah. I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me.
Anyways, yeah. Fun stuff. What a day. But at least we have so much more to look forward to in the coming week, right, everyone? Or, I guess tonight if you're watching this video on Tuesday, because believe it or not, we are actually getting a 2020 presidential debate. Right now, with both candidates. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it would happen this soon, but here we are. It's actually going to happen. And while we can't guarantee that Joe Biden won't have any gaffes or a couple of brain farts, or that Trump won't tell any outright, easily verifiable lies, we can guarantee that it's going to be a spectacle. Both candidates have agreed, and I want to assume that it's not because of the coronavirus. I want to assume it's because of some theatrical UFC display of dominance. They will not be shaking hands.
Wait, are they actually going to be in the same room?
You know what? I don't know. They're not even going to be shaking virtual hands. You would think they'd get a prop suit that has the same color so they could do it, but they're not going to be doing that.
It's going to get real fucking ugly.
Yeah, Trump, he already before the debate has played one of his greatest hits from 2016 because he asked Joe Biden to submit to a drug test, knowing full well that Joe Biden would be like, no, that's ridiculous. He, of course, demanded the same thing of Hillary Clinton back then.
Yeah.
So he's just playing the hits. He's going to do, I want to see him do Build the Wall because that one's so far gone at this point.
I'm excited to see him sniff again. It's been a couple years since he...
but at the very least, I don't know what's technologically possible. Maybe it'll happen. But at least this time, we won't see Donald Trump looming in the background, creepily following.
Alpha move.
It is an alpha move.
Yeah.
The ultimate chat. The ultimate chud.
So, yeah, I can't wait to see whatever the hell happens on Tuesday night. But if you're looking for somewhere to watch analysis and coverage of the event, our friends over at Discourse Blog will be hosting a live Twitch stream and Discord chat starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific during the presidential debate, per their blog post. You can stream the debate with us, chat with us as we take in whatever insane nonsense is happening, and listen to what will presumably be our increasingly horrified and bewildered reactions as the night wears on. The best way to deal with something like a debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump is to get through it with friends. So why not get through it with us?
Yeah.
So, we'll be hanging in there as well because, we're morbidly curious as to what's going to happen during this spectacle.
Yeah.
If you want a place to hang out tomorrow during that shit show, head to twitch.tv/discourseblog or find the link down in the description below.
Yeah, I've never been so apathetic and just horrified by a potential debate in my life.
Yeah.
But, man, will the memes flow like wine.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, before we go, just so this isn't an entire Trump episode, whatever. Look at this picture of Boogie 2988. Is that his number, 2988? This is Boogie posting a revolver at someone. It's almost certainly some made-up YouTube drama. I don't know. Maybe it's real. But the photo is objectively funny. So there you go.
I looked into this a little bit. It's just some lunatic that's apparently been stalking him. He's just the guy who Boogie fired a warning shot at. He's been banned from YouTube, but all of his videos are literally just he's one of those people that goes around with a GoPro and just harasses other people.
Okay, so maybe then it was deserved. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
and I think Boogie definitely looked like he played. The guy wanted him to shoot at him. He's just that'd be the ultimate doing it for the gram, getting fucking shot by one of the biggest YouTubers on earth. But
he's not really that big anymore. He got the weight loss surgery.
I mean,
still he doesn't do that many views.
Okay,
but he has the new teeth.
He's got those chompers.
Yeah.
Hi there, Boogie.
Anyways, the photo is really funny.
Yeah, it's a meme. It's funny.
It is.
Probably
the guy got what he deserved.
Probably a pretty tense situation for everyone involved, but it's just I don't know why it's so funny.
I like the guy that brought the dog to the door. What are you doing?
Let the dog see what's happening.
Yeah. Anyways, aside from that, if you want more weird news, check out our most recent episode of Weekly Weird News right over here. And then an episode of News Dump that you should also check out. And we'll be back before you know it for some tech news. But in the meantime, here comes the debate, whether you like it or not.
It's happening.
Bye.
Bye.